Well, we didn't really do that.
That episode is already
Funny
happened.
joke, though.
He was such a big character in the comic book.
No, don't listen to her. He's fine. To answer your question,
Season 2 is over.
To answer your question, don't make it worse. To answer your question in general, I would just say that, and, like, you guys may not like this, I don't know. To me, I think the show should be even more different than the comic, but that's just me. And luckily there are other writers in the writers' room that are like, no, we gotta do that, Robert, it was cool, it's in the comic. And I'm like, whatever. I mean, I think that one of the coolest things about The Walking Dead is that when you sit down to read an issue, you guys probably heard me say this in interviews a bunch, so I apologize. And you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to die, who's going to live, if somebody's going to get their arm cut off, like anything can happen. And I think that's really important. You know, I think it's a crazy world, and you have to portray that. And because it's an adaptation, the TV show, I hate the idea that, you know, people could be sitting there going, oh yeah, this is the thing where the thing happens, and oh, there it is, it's exactly what I expected. And to me, like, that's not The Walking Dead, so you can't adapt The Walking Dead directly. Now, there are cool things that, you know, you have to do. You know, I think anyone who, I'm going to spoil something, anyone who saw Michonne at the end of you know, like, that's really cool, and, you know, her appearance was shocking, you know, and it's very jarring, even for people that haven't read the comics. They're like, well, there's a woman with a sword, and I don't understand, this is crazy. So, maintaining that is really important to me, so that's why we changed things quite a bit, including the thing that you mentioned. I mean, it's really just about telling the best story that we can in the TV show, and, you know, paying tribute to the comic and honoring the comic, but not being restricted by the comic.
Thank you.
Cool. And look, I'm in the room. They suggest things like dogs shoot lasers out of their eyes. I'm on that. But, you know, other stuff, I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
She does have a whole no. She's like, that's nothing like the book. So our whole family's big Deadheads.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. We watch it every Sunday night. It's a big family gathering event. But my question is, Daryl's such a big part in the show. Is there a plan to incorporate him in some of the later novels?
The novels? You mean the comic books?
Okay. Graphic novels.
I hate that. But anyway.
It's a mean crowd.
It's all terminology. Now, being in LA a lot now and taking meetings and stuff, I sit down for these meetings and they're like, we really like your graphic novels. And I'm like, oh my God, will you stop with that crap? I don't know, people think that comic book is a bad term out there or something? I don't know. But anyway, your question, I have forgotten it. Oh, it was about Daryl showing up in the graphic novels.
Is he going to show up in the comic book?
Yeah, I like that. All I can say is that there's a new story arc coming up called Something to Fear, and we sent out a bunch of teasers for that showed various threatening-looking dudes carrying different weapons, and they look scary, like they would be something to fear. And one of the guys has no sleeves and is carrying a crossbow, but I'm not going to say that there.
All right, thanks.
Hello. Just want to start off with saying, huge fan of Invincible, and
Yay!
I started reading that around the time Ultramite War came out, and I swear I read it from the start to that in like 4 days. And
It's awesome.
I just couldn't put
Just
it down.
pay attention though, and don't just like gloss over it.
No. What was the inspiration for the sort of start of that sort of Mark's character and well, the general plot line? Why you're like, I'm going to make the most kick-ass like superhero comic, original superhero comic in a while.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. No, I don't know. I just wanted to do a cool superhero comic, and with Invincible, I kind of thought, ideally, this will go on for a long time, and so I wanted to have the groundwork laid, just in case it happened to last. And so that's why I started peppering in the Ultramite stuff, and trying to build like an underlying story that could be entertaining for 100 issues, but I didn't know if I would ever actually do it. I was just hedging my bets. It seemed to pay off. But I mean, it's just I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, there's a lot of Invincible that I had planned from the very beginning. The fact that Nolan was part of the Viltrumite race, the fact that they were bad guys, the fact that, he was going to try and take over the Earth and Mark was going to stop him. And that was all mapped out. But a lot of it is just, make it up on the fly. Like, I'm pretty sure that Corey drew Alan the alien, like, in a panel in issue 2, where Nolan's punching him, like, in the flashback. And I was like, that guy was cool, let's make that a guy. So he comes back in issue 5, awesome. And then I had no idea that he worked for the Coalition of Planets and that, and then I kind of worked it all in, and it makes sense, and the idea is that when you read it all, it's like, how did he know that in that panel from issue 2 that Alan would be part of the Coalition of Planets, and he would eventually leave them when he takes over for Thanos, and that's crazy that he had that planned out. I didn't have that planned out. But I mean, it's all about, it's kind of like a train just speeding down the track, and there's not a lot of track in front, you have to like keep going out there and putting down more track, and that's kind of what it is.
Just go with the ideas that really seem to work as you go.